Hello friends, I welcome all of you to joining me in this session. I welcome my all existing subscriber as well as new subscriber to give me the opportunity to share my experience as well as knowledge with you to remove any difficulty and doubts exist in our mind in day-to-day life and day-to-day our professions. So without wasting any time, let's discuss today topic. So agenda I have giving in my next slide. So we will discuss this. Let's start. Friends, today topic is, as we know, that composition scheme. So our agenda is introduction of composition scheme. Here we will discuss about the general things which are common in composition scheme. Then eligibility to avail the benefit of the scheme, means who are the taxable person and what are the conditions he has to fulfill to get the benefit of this scheme. Procedure to apply for a scheme. Here in this point we will discuss about what are the forms and what are the limits within that how many days the person shall apply to the proper officer, and other forms which are necessary to file for registration. Then tax provision for composition scheme. In this session we will discuss, or you can say in this slide we will discuss about what are the rate of the taxes and what are the other regulatory provisions related to tax in this scheme. Regulatory compliance. Herein we will discuss about what type of returns is required to be filed by the composition taxable supplier, as well as what are the do's and the don'ts he has to follow while he is doing business under the composition scheme. So this topic we will discuss. Topic number 1, introduction of composition scheme. So why this scheme launched by the government? So the main purpose of to launch this scheme, that a small taxable person does not have a sufficient knowledge and experience by which he can comply with the provision of this complex tax structure, like maintain the records and the accounts. For that purpose, to removal of difficulty to maintain the accounts and pay tax easily by the small taxable person, this scheme come into existence. So who are the taxable person who can avail this scheme? So we will discuss in this topic. So the benefit of this scheme is available only those taxable person which turnover in previous financial year is 1.5 crore. Okay, earlier this was 100 lakhs, or you may say 1 crore. Now it is 1.5 crore, but for Seven Sister plus Himachal Pradesh it is 75 lakhs. 1.5 crore is applicable from 1st of April 2019. Earlier this was 1 crore up to 31st March 2019. So this scheme is optional. It is not mandated to avail. Yeah, but if the turnover, if any day during the financial year aggregate turnover exceed that limit, threshold limit, that is 1.5 crore or 75 lakhs, in that case taxable person must have to apply for the normal tax scheme, switch from the composition scheme to normal tax scheme and pay tax accordingly, and all the provision he has to apply for a normal scheme. Okay, composition scheme basically is not available for the supplier of services except supply for food for human consumption, which is defined para number 6b of schedule 2, but there is a new provision has been inserted with effect from 1st of February 2019, in which they said a person, means a taxable person, can supply the services up to, which shall not be exceed the 10% of the aggregate turnover during the financial year, or 5 lakh rupees, whichever is higher. So he has to pay tax on that services applicable rate for the services going to be supplied. Okay, the composition tax rate will not be applicable for those services. Whatever the service is, like 18%, he has to pay tax over it. This is only for composition scheme, not a simplified scheme. In simplified scheme, his turnover is less than 50 lakh rupees, so he can pay he has to pay tax at just 6%. Okay, so please don't be confused on it. Then this is the one thing, and which I am talking about the supply of services for 10% turnover the previous financial year. This has been added in 1st of February 2019. This is applicable from 1st of February 2019. So meaning of aggregate turnover we'll discuss in next slide. Now here topic number 2, eligibility to avail benefit of the scheme. So eligibility is supply of goods only. Okay, supply of services only applicable for para 6b of schedule 2, supply of food for human consumption basically in restaurants, supply of goods along with the services if value of services less than 10% of total turnover of previous financial year, 5 lakh rupees, whichever is higher. Not engage in non-taxable supply of goods means a person who is supplying petroleum products cannot avail the benefit of this scheme. Neither casual taxable person nor non-resident Indian person. Okay, a person who is making supply through e-commerce operator means such operator shall liable to collect tax at source. That person cannot avail the composition scheme benefits means the composition supplier cannot sell his goods, supply his goods through the e-commerce operator. Not to manufacture specified goods, here the 4 categories are there: ice cream, masala, tobacco product and aerated water like cold drinks. And not engage in the interested supply of goods. So this is the eligibility criteria he has to fulfill before apply for the composition scheme. Topic number 3, procedure to apply for a scheme. It is divided into 2 parts. First part we will discuss in case the person is apply for a fresh registration. So fresh registration means he is the first time applying for a GST registration number. So in RG1 there is a one option where you can apply that I am availing the composition scheme. Okay, so for it he has to file RE01 within 30 days to the proper officer. Here the assistant commissioner, deputy commissioner is the person, and then proper officer will issue, if everything is in order, so he will issue RE06 means registration certificate within 3 days to the applicant. But in case there is any doubt and proper officer wants any clarification, so he will issue a CMP05 within 3 days and ask for response within 15 days by way of CMP06 from the applicant. Then after everything is in order, so he will issue the order in CMP07 within 30 days. So this is the procedure to apply for this scheme. Now 3.1 part 2 of the procedure to apply for the scheme. Suppose a person wants to avail the benefit of this scheme next year, so he has to give intimate to the proper officer by way of CMP02 before beginning of the financial year, means before 1st of April 2019, and then also he has to file ITC03. Here he will declare the stock held as a input, semi-finished goods, finished goods and capital goods, because he has to revert the ITC within 16 days from the date of starting of the financial years. Okay, then everything is okay, then proper officer will issue the RA06 certificate of registration. Okay, if he wants qualification, same procedure he has to apply, means he will issue show cause notice in CMP05 and ask for response within 15 days, but and then applicant has to give reply by submitting CMP06 within 15 days, and after satisfaction on the basis of the response filed by the applicant, if he is satisfied with the conditions, so he will issue the order in CMP07 within 30 days. Proper officer in this case, assistant manager or deputy commissioner. Topic number 4, tax provision of the scheme. Here we will discuss about the rate of tax and the applicability and the definition of aggregate turnover. So all that means all the taxpayer having same PAN number must be out for a composition scheme. It means that a person who has a more than one GSTN number, okay, and he has a business in a different state, so he has all the states has to file for composition scheme. It is not possible that in one state he wants to get benefit of the composition scheme, in another state he wants to get benefit of the normal scheme. That is not possible. Then aggregate turnover for the threshold limit for includes all the turnover for all the state in which that person has a business during the previous financial years. Okay, we have to club it. Then rate of tax under the composition scheme is fixed. There are only 3 categories we will discuss. Here the aggregate turnover includes the all taxable supplies, exempted supplies, exports of goods and the services, but exclude the taxes under GST, means IGST, SGST, CGST, UTGST, and exclude inward supply on which reverse charge mechanism is applicable, and especially interest on loan interest on deposit or the advances shall be excluded to compute the aggregate turnover for the composition scheme. But if you are compute the threshold limit under the normal scheme to get the eligibility criteria to get registered under the GST authority, so that would be a part of your exempted supply, because interest is exempted supply. So don't be confused here. Now the three categories are manufacturer, service supplier of services, or you can say supplier of food in the restaurant, and the traders. For manufacturer it is 5%, 0.5% CGST, 0.5% SGST, and it will be computed on taxable exempted supply. Okay. Then supplier of service, supplier of food in restaurant is 2.5% CGST, 2.5% SGST, taxable as well as the exempted supply. But in case of trader, 0.5% CGST, 0.5% SGST only on taxable supplies, and this provision is applicable from 1st of January 2018. So this is our tax provisions. Topic number 5, regulatory compliance of the scheme. So very simple, not so much of hassle here. So first of all, no fresh declaration required every year by the taxable composition taxable suppliers. Okay, he has to give intimation when he wants to avail the benefit of this scheme initially. Then the following provision applicable composition supplier, what he has to do, what he has to not to do. So what he has to do, we'll discuss. Issue bill of supply means it will not issue tax invoice, because he is not he shall not charge any tax in his invoices. So bill of supply will be issued. On bill of supply, at the top of the bill of supply, he will mention composition taxable person not eligible to collect tax on supply. It is specially mentioned in it. Then pay tax on the supply from the unregistered person, which is section 9 subsection 4. It is normal provision, but at present it is not applicable for that under RCM, because but only specified goods and the services like cashew nuts and rubbers, it is applicable on it, but not each and every supply from the registered person. Then he, as I said, that don't issue tax invoice and don't create input on the inward supplies. So this is the regulatory compliance part 1. In part 2, 5.1, we will discuss about what are the returns he has to file. So he has to file quarterly returns only within the 18 days from the end of the quarter. It is mandatory. Although he does not have any supply, so he has to file the nil return, mandatory. Quarterly return, the form he will use, that is CMP 08. For annual return, he has to file GSTR 09A, okay, which is mostly 31st December last date, but it is extended time to time by the commissioner. Then he will pay tax. Yes, it is necessary. He will pay tax, all tax, interest, late fees, penalties in cash only. He cannot claim input credit on the inward supply, as I discussed earlier. Okay, if suppose there is any addition, modification, deletion, correction in GSTR 4A, basically this is the automated information which is submitted by the supplier from which he purchased goods or purchase goods. So if he make any modification, deletion, correction in this report, so he has to file GSTR 4. Okay, and last, payment of interest, fees, tax shall be made in cash, no, because he cannot claim an input credit. Okay, so this is our part 2 of the regulatory compliance of the scheme. So that's it, friends. This is all about the composition scheme. I hope you enjoy this session. This session is very short. I try to make the session very small because lengthy session will make us boring. Okay, so we will meet again with more interesting videos very soon. Have a nice day. Goodbye and enjoy your life. Thank you.